I gave this city my love and they gave me my respect. These cold Boston streets, something I'll never forget. Never was the cause, only the effect. It taught me if you gon' come, better come correct. This is WG, Dirty Hawks, but you knew that. Send one in mine, better know we sending two back. You know my city breed, the realest you gon' never meet. And if I vouch for you, stand up is what you better be.
I don't think that people realize how long I've been doing this. So because I gained a lot more prominence like in the past 2 years, people think I started 2 years ago. I've actually been doing this almost 8 years. So, and it was hard. It was hard.
The music industry itself is a male-dominated industry. And sometimes there are certain men who won't take a female artist seriously. And that's kind of, and within that, that's a little bit frustrating because it's like when you're trying to work with someone at a professional level and they don't want to do the same, it's like, oh my God, like I'm trying to do something for myself. I'm trying to make this happen, but you're just too focused on my, my body or whatever it may be.
Watching the women in the industry, the mainstream women or women who are even underdogs, listening to underground music, I realized that there's no median between conscious music and sexy music. There's always just like you either have the ratchets of the industry, and there's nothing wrong with being ratchet, the ratchets of the industry, or the saints, the conscious, I'm gonna preach about this, about that, like No Name, Rhapsody, Tierra Whack, you have the Cardi B's, the Nicki's, and so forth. But I want to create that medium with my music, and I've been honing in and trying my best to figure out how I can do that. That's my goal. That is my fuel, because I want women in the industry mainly to understand that we don't have to just be one way or the other.
In the entertainment industry now, like the one thing that they always talk about is like how the fact like, oh, you always have to be sexy, and as a female, like, no, like, why do I always have to look a certain way, be a certain way? I'm pretty sure it's not the same thing with the males. Like, the males, like, their manager or whoever, they're signed to, they're not telling them, oh, you got to act like this. You got to speak like this. Us females, we're always told what we have to do all the time. And that's frustrating.
I was also be at shows and be in ciphers, and I would be the only woman constantly. So this is why the current FemC movement just brings such joy to my heart, because I just remember those first 6 years of just being the only one and being the only one and being the only one. But I worked so hard, and that's what you have to do. Like, I would see flyers and it would be like open mic cipher, or if it just said cipher, and I would go to that show and I would stay the whole time. And then I would just bully my way into the cipher and like, they're like, can I have the mic?
Especially when you start cipher now, you was like only one. I think I start saying only one me. It's only one me. One. That's on late bloomer, y'all. That's on late bloomer.
See, she on it. But yeah, you just gotta really work and network and be genuine, and understand like it's going to be a lot of rejection.
The cipher is a little bit different energy and has been something I've struggled with to kind of make a safer space for female artists, because sometimes ciphers can really just highlight the loudest voices, and it's like literally just volume being an issue, where female artists who are kind of coming into the space literally can't even speak loud enough for the group to hear them, and I can't really set the mic up properly for people with quieter voices. But it's something that, we tried to kind of address early on. Also just making sure that people understand that I got to be a baseline level of like respect for women within the lyrics, which can be tough when people are freestyling, people are just drunk on the street. And I feel like that's kind of incorporated in so many people's rap styles. But I think that that's been important to the cipher and kind of how people have seen it, and also that it's still been something that has been, attractive for female artists and still wanting them to come and get their voices out. And I've seen a few, young up and coming females kind of work in that space and kind of develop. Just Jill is one of my homies from high school, and she went from having never rapped in public to now she's like one of our featured artists. She's always getting on the mic every month. So I think it's definitely important to kind of watch how Boston is propping up a lot of female artists and continue that energy, because they really are like leading the way and some of the best artists out here.
So I don't think there's anything for the women to learn. I think it's more for the men to learn and listen and do their homework, because the only reason why the quote unquote female artists, which I hate, I think they hate also. They just want to be called artists. They don't want to be like a male female thing, but that's the life we live in, right? They did their homework. That's why they have write-ups in magazines like Valiantland. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have looks from WBUR. Why is it that the other guys who've been here just as long don't have those? They're going to have to ask themselves that question.
You live in Boston, so it's built off segregation. So, New York has boroughs, we have neighborhoods. And some people from Roxbury might not fuck with people from Dorchester. I think it's stupid. I think women took over 2019, but I don't see none of the male artists trying to collab with them. I would, personally, because I feel like women will help you get through the door.
First of all, we got some dope artists in New England. Like, dope. But I feel like everybody's divided in a way to try to be like, try to make it feel like I'm better than this man, with just no support. Like, actually be like, oh, this dude's coming out of this neighborhood. They're hot. Let's support them, instead of trying to be like, yo, we're going to be better than them. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of competition for no reason out here.
I think what's going on is no communication. So it seems like Boston stays to themselves, Springfield stays to themselves. There's like a wall blocking us from communicating. And I don't know what that wall is. I'm sure you guys don't know what that wall is. I just think it's just not communicating.
I can just tell you what works for the women. We love each other. Like, I come to her show, she comes to my show, I go on her track, she hop on my track. We interact on social media. When someone drops something, we're ready to promote each other. I don't really see that a lot with the guys. And I'm not sure if that means, the guys are falling back. I have no idea. Which I guess goes to show, like, we're so focused on each other. I think that's why. Like, I'm ready for anything that my girls drop, like my queens drop. Like, Brandon's like, oh, I'm dropping an album in September. Boop, in my calendar. Right? Same thing for them. I had an album release party. They came through, performed, showed love. Then after that, we're in the studio, we're connecting, we're saying, hey, what's the next thing that's going on?
Popping in every neighborhood. Man, I wish a hater would. It's Beantown, don't have no threes out unless I say you could.
But I think that the men can, just work on collaboration and community building, because there's strength in numbers. Everybody worries about like views and plays, but the numbers that I'm talking about is us as a people. So yeah, everybody raps and they sing here, so let's all collaborate and bring each other to the top like Atlanta does.
I think the biggest thing needs to happen is small steps, collaboration, sideways networking. So what I mean by sideways networking is working with people that are on the same level as you, or trying on the same path as you. Everybody wants to network ahead. Everybody wants to collaborate with someone bigger than them. I'm working with this producer who did this. I'm working with this rapper and did. But if your man got 100, if your colleague got 100 followers, you got 100 followers, and y'all team up together and pool your 100 followers together, that's 200 followers that y'all can do something with on a common cause. You know what I mean? If you do that, cross-network with people that you can have access to because they don't feel like they're bigger than you or they're doing a favor for you, they're looking at it like something that we can do together. So if everybody in the city takes that mind state, okay, everybody's not going to rock with each other. It's cool. Rock with the people that you do rock with. Create something that may be small initially, but it makes your movement bigger than what it was. It makes that person's movement bigger than what it was. And so if he's doing that on that end and she's doing that on that end, that will rise, the same tide will rise all boats. You know what I mean? As it all rises, everyone will rise, because then it will be known for all these small things. You know what I mean?
I think artists don't collaborate because they don't understand that that is the way to get things done. Period. Like, that is the only way. It's collaborative. No one does it by themselves. And unfortunately, that's the problem with like the media, is that they make it all out to be like, look at what this person did all by themselves. He's a self-made man. I guess so. I mean, yeah, respect to him. But like, collaboration is the word of like our of the lifetime. You know what I mean? That's key.
There's no such thing as doing this by yourself. Like, when I talk to my team is DJ Wysham. My team is Amanda Shea, that's my publicist. My team is Todd at Platforms Music. And then I have, I work with videographers Jay Hunt and Sandal Films. Those are like my brothers. So that's basically like my team. And also my engineer Fresh from DE. So there's no such thing as a solo artist. Yeah, Brandy Blaze is on the marquee, but like, I'm not a solo artist. I cannot do this by myself. So I make sure that I acknowledge and affirm and tell everybody, yo, this is my team. This is who's got me to this point, and this is who's helping me go beyond this and helping me really create the vision that I have for myself, because I like to get buried in the music, and sometimes I, kind of slack on the other stuff. So I have my team to, make sure that I'm on track with it. But you have to be humble. You have to be humble, and you have to ask for help. And I think when you don't do that, you're the only person you hurt is yourself, right? Because that connection and that partnership could be what you need to get to the next level. It could be, you meet someone, they know someone over here that'll get you in this magazine. Now, if you ain't even go and talk to them, you wouldn't have known that. They wouldn't know you, and then you didn't get that alley-oop.
I still believe in going out to shows, supporting, going to people's businesses, even if it's like in networking. Networking. Look at someone who you want to be like, or someone in the shoes that you want to be in. Go to him and figure out, pick his brain. Go to them. People, what's the biggest subject? Yourself. People know more about themselves than anything else. So sit there. Ask them, how'd you do this? Yeah, you're very successful. I just want to see what it would take. And most 9 times out of 10, most people will tell you, because they want to talk about themselves anyway. Yeah. So network.
State of emergency. Where is your urgency, baby? Fellas been hurting you, women been hurting me lately. I like the certainty, you like the flirtin'ties, baby. You mean the world to me, and I want the world to see, lady.
If I didn't network with Noetic Jay, I wouldn't know how to put my songs on on Apple Music and Tidal and stuff. I wouldn't have had Lenny do my first video. He wouldn't have Killer Looks on his videos right now. He wouldn't know how to play the piano at the caliber that he's using it now if he didn't network with me. Yeah. And if I wasn't open-minded to network.
I think we need more marketing and more promotion outside of our areas. So Boston artists need to promote Western Mass. Go promote your brand out there in Western Mass, because it's not just Springfield. Like, there's a lot of towns out there that all listen to hip hop and all trying to do their thing. So Springfield artists need to come out here, because I'm sure there's tons of like outlets out here in Boston that Springfield artists could take advantage of. So it's just communication. Like, that's my take on it.
Things like that, it's like we need more gateways, we need more connections. And if we could just share those things with amongst ourselves, I think that would be great. And obviously the city just keep giving funding to these artists. Like, we need artist housing too. Like, that's really, really important. We have like this artist certificate that we can get through City of Boston, but like, if we don't have the infrastructures in place to actually have a space for us to congregate and actually live and do our work out of, then what are we doing? We're gonna lose a lot of artists because it's really, really expensive in the city.
I'm not knocking you if you move. I understand that sometimes you do gotta move. But don't say there's nothing here. That's the only issue I have. Like, don't say, oh, I left here because nobody support me in the beam, boom, boom. I don't know if you did your homework or not. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a support here. There's a community here. Leaving, cool. But don't say there's nothing here if you didn't put the work into even try to get your shit heard out here.
Then you got Millie's. Millie's is making hits. You got G.O.D. You got Cut the Stairs from Phil's Corner. So it's like, you don't have much of an excuse anymore when you see these people go. You know what I mean? You have Dutch Rebel. You have Michael Christmas. You have these people who are from the same area, you know, the same radius that are doing amazing at what they do. So you can no longer use the excuse like we're not being noticed, we're not being noticed. It's more so of stop being so competitive and really embrace what's going on and use them as a rubric to be great.
There needs to be more knowledge and more money being circulated. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest, I feel, things that we're heavily lacking in terms of our infrastructure here. Other than venues, obviously, you know what I'm saying? That are obviously a big thing, but again, money, you know what I'm saying? With money, you know what I'm saying? We could, you know, hopefully and potentially try and go shoot for a venue that's more geared towards actually, you know, watering the scene as opposed to just, all right, cool, I think I can make some bread here. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that those are two things that's always been like a recurring theme when I listen to artists, plights about, you know, like trying to get out of here or, you know, why their music isn't being, you know, necessarily spread the way that they would like. And honestly, a lot of it comes down to like money and knowledge, you know, a lot of business knowledge more than, you know, anything else.
Sometimes the business part can like take your enthusiasm away from being a creative because the business is intricate. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna get BMI, I'm gonna get DistroKid and we good to go. It's not like that. Too many artists think that that's it. And that's step zero. Like there's plenty more places where you gotta register your music at, plenty more places where like you gotta get your tax info correct, you gotta get your publishing correct. Like you guys have gotten your DistroKid and your PROs, your BMI and ASCAP, that's good, you know? That's step zero, but you gotta learn.
When you get to know yourself and you realize this is what I want to do with my life, then you got to make it a business. And it's no different than any other business. You know, I like to just call myself a music entrepreneur because at the same time, I'm not only making my own music, but I'm making music with other people. I'm, you know, making these new sounds that I never thought I would make before. So you have to consistently be pushing yourself and have that short-term urgency, but at the same time, know this is a long game and it could happen at any time like that, you know? But if you're not ready, then, you know, it's not going to come up. So
like, I think that, you know, to use the theme of collaboration, it's really like recognizing each other's skills and like complementing those skills is like the big number one. You know, you like meet a photographer. I mean, you don't just meet somebody and they're just some person you meet. Like they have a skill that could be paired with your skill to like grow a bigger thing. So I think believing in that, you know, collaborative spirit is like definitely essential and like one of the number one things.
So for artists, the three things you need to prioritize is your music. And that's not just writing it. That's also making sure that it's recorded properly and it sounds correct. And whether that's paying someone that knows what they're doing or teaching yourself how to mix, both are equally valid, but it got to get mixed. So when you think about your music, you can't just think about, okay, I recorded, I'm about to drop it. No, it needs to be right and tight, and you need to add all those little, you know, little Salt Bay on it, like little breaks in the record, you know, little skips and the drops. You got to do it, you know what I'm saying? Make sure it's real crispy.
Like some artists are not entitled, they just like may not know, you know, how the proper channels or way to, I'll say like address a DJ or a promoter or whoever it is, like a publicist. But some people do feel entitled, I'll say, in the city. Like, this is the music I have, you need to play this. Or you're at a club DJing and somebody walks right up to you and say, yeah, play my track. Bro, I just downloaded all of this music. I had a set in mind. And you want me to play your track that I've never heard before. It may have curse words. This is probably a family event or something like that. And you don't know me as a DJ. There's just like steps that has to go properly. There is no proper steps, but this is what I would want. This is me specifically. Say hi first. I always say this to artists. Like, you can look, if they DM me, I can tell when it's a forwarded chain message because it's just generic. It's like an email blast, and you can do that now on Instagram and other places like that. Or when somebody signs up, if you have a business account, the first person, like if they follow you, you can just get this automatic. It's good, but then I'm still not gonna play your music because guess what? There's like 100 more people doing the same thing. So if you hit me up directly and say Sham, and sometimes people don't even know my real name, so that'll take me back. Like, okay, that might, you start somewhere. You just really just start being creative of how you approach people and not just assume that just because you're a DJ, well, they're a DJ, they're gonna listen to your music.
I would probably say that it's really difficult to make it in the music industry in Boston if you are just trying to be an artist, like just trying to rap or just trying to do one talent, because we don't have the infrastructure that LA and New York have. We don't have producers and companies that are well built out to just sign artists who are really good at rapping. I think you need to expand beyond that, right? And that's what I saw. I mean, at first I just got into it because I love to rap. I wanted to perform. I wanted opportunities to get my music out there, but I quickly realized it's unsustainable here, and so I started to learn how to do videography. I went to Cambridge Community Television, which was kind of free, right? I feel like there's similar resources in a lot of different cities where you can go maybe borrow a camera or take a couple classes, introductory classes into video editing or audio editing. I know you talk about Terry and some other people who are at the Loop Lab, which is a cool resource in Cambridge, kind of teach people production skills. So I think that would be my main advice, is to expand beyond just what you really want to do, which is rap and perform probably, and start to learn production skills, start to learn videography, event planning, all this kind of stuff, try and make connections with different venues and stuff like that, and kind of try and learn the whole package, because there aren't a lot of people here who have all that just to provide to you,
Having an identity, stop sounding like everybody else, stop sounding like what's popping, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't gotta be yelling, everybody don't gotta be, harmonizing on every song, like, the emo music, everybody, it's either that or gangbang, you know what I'm saying? It's either that, like, it's no original ideas, you know what I'm saying? Like, metaphors, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, that's just how I feel.
I would say just being organic. You can't. This is not something that you can fake. This is not something you can create non-organically. This is just something that I think we all just put our thinking caps together. We all have the same common goal in mind. So let's work together and see what happens.
Build your life around what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough. You're gonna spend some time, discombobulated, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to move different. People gonna look at you crazy for having to move different. But if you're really gonna build, your life around what you wanna do, because you say this is what you wanna do, you really gotta actually take those steps to making sure that you got the time to, take care of, whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're trying to rap, make sure that, even around your job, like recently we was talking with Milshad Benedict, and he's like, yo, like, I have a job that literally, also gives me the opportunity to continue working on my craft. You know what I'm saying? Not all of us is gonna have, not all of us wants to sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? Not all of us wants to do all these other things that, keeps us away from even needing a job. But it's just like, there are things that you can do, like that you'd be able to make sure that you're building yourself up, being a person, you know what I'm saying, taking care of your bills, but really like try to build your life around what you want to do.
Listen, if you're a new artist and you don't worry about what nobody say, man, just keep that shit going. Music is your passion, keep it 100, perfect your craft, and just invest in yourself. That's what I can tell you. I'm gonna lie, shit, I only got 4 years here, but throughout the 4 years that I moved here, Boston is a beautiful city, and I done came through a lot of artists that's great, you know what I'm saying, great hustle, and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like Boston is up next, and it's gonna be very soon. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid next well spent, coming straight from the Bronx, living in Boston now. Y'all check me out.
What's going on, y'all? It's Noble from the Museum TV. We are Boston's premier vlog exhibiting the culture stories. I'm here with my guys at Dropzne. They definitely had me come through. Shout out to them. They're definitely looking to help out the scene, so I'm definitely hoping y'all tune into what they got going on, because it's real genuine. I'm definitely feeling it.
Hi, my name is Yelena. I'm an artist from Boston, Massachusetts.
What's up? I'm Sam. I'm from Slip Boston. I'm representing Roxbury.
What's good? It's your man Show, representing Slip Boston Podcast, and I'm from Roxbury.
What's up? This is DBs. I'm from Roxbury, Mass, and you're tuned into the Dropzne.
I'm Joey Benjamins, artist, producer, engineer from Boston, Massachusetts.
Hey, I'm Capella Arriga, also known as Auntie Cap from Boston. I'm a multifaceted artist.
What's up, y'all? This is your girl Red Shades from Boston, Mass. I am a recording artist, performing artist, public speaker, and mentor, and I'm looking to make change and impact in the world.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Noetic J here, representing Boston. I'm an artist, producer, and audio engineer. Trying to put the city on lock. Let's do it.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's me, Trevor Holmes, two-time R&B Artist of the Year nominee, straight out of Boston, Roxbury to be exact. Out here just making this music, definitely keeping the vibe up, keeping the energy right, and I'm here to just talk some shit.
This is Key Nice from FYB Dream Team coming out of Roxbury, and you're now here on Dropzne.
Peace, it's Terry Borderline representing Brockton. Shout out to the Suns. Yeah, and we here, man. I'm a rapper, I'm a producer, I'm a content creator, and I'm a walking, living representation of God.
This is Sam P from the Dorchester Art Project and Brain Arts Organization.
Yo, it's your boy East Dollars representing Roxbury, man. I don't know.
Hey, my name's Aaron King. I'm a hip hop artist and also videographer and event planner. I've been hosting this event called the Bridgeside Cypher in Graffiti Alley, Central Square, Cambridge. We usually do it once a month, and it's a free platform for artists to come. We do a lot of video production during the event, so come check it out. It's called the Bridgeside Cypher, but our handles on Facebook and Instagram are at Cambridge Hip Hop, so check us out.
Hey guys, my name is Rob. I'm an artist. I go by Rob Report. You could catch me on Facebook, IG, Twitter, Rob Report 413, or just Rob Report. From Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm also the CEO of 413 Mob Publishing.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Amanda Shea. You already know, spoken word artist, host, radio show personality. Y'all know where to find me at Amanda Shea all day.
Yo, what's good? It's your girl Brandy Blaze.
It's DJ Y Sham. Let me stop smiling awkwardly. It's DJ Y Sham. What's up, y'all?
And we repping Dorchester all day, every day. Gang, gang.
Go vote.
Yo, this L. Young, you know what I'm saying? 119, a touch of votes, the click, all that good shit, you know what I mean? Just here with the guys, Dropzne.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Nancia. You can follow me at Nancia Music. Shout out to all my queens and kings. And thank you so much for all your support. I represent New England. I represent for the females. I represent for the queens. And it's an honor and a blessing to be here. Thank you so much.
I need a back for the feature, leeches, keeping it warm on the bleachers. See you later, 3 strikes with a bean and Adidas. Cuss CG phase, or stake it or leave it. Come to my city, they leaving in pieces. Fighting no demons, niggas be trying to be even. I just be trying to be honest. Nigga, this Boston, you could just count up your losses. I don't take losses, that's on my body.